Welcome to our channel, USA Coin Spot. In this video I am going to tell you about the 5 cents United States of America, which are very valuable and rare. If you have them, you can take advantage of them. Top 1. They say not all treasure is buried underground. Sometimes, it's sitting in your attic, quietly waiting. Maybe it's tucked in a shoebox, sealed in a dusty envelope marked 1970, or hidden in a drawer you haven't opened in years. But inside that little envelope from the United States Mint could be something so valuable, so rare, that it's turning average Americans into shocked, accidental collectors overnight. We're talking about a 5-cent piece. A simple nickel. The 1970 Jefferson nickel, but not just any nickel. This one came from a special proof set. And it could be worth more money than your car, your vacation, or even some people's salaries. Now let's be clear, not every 1970 nickel is valuable. You're not going to find this in your loose change or at the bottom of your couch cushions. This specific coin was made for collectors, struck with extra care, and sealed in a proof set that looked pristine and professional. But here's where it gets interesting. There's a certain variation, a rare detail that sets this coin apart from the rest. And that detail, known only to those who really study these things, has transformed this nickel into a high-demand collectible. It's not just rare. It's wildly valuable. And if you're one of the lucky few who has it, you could be looking at a payday far beyond anything you ever expected from a 5-cent coin. This coin was minted in San Francisco. You'll know it by the tiny S under Monticello on the reverse side. It was never meant to be spent. These proof nickels were produced with a mirror-like finish, incredible precision, and stored in protective cases. But over the years, some of these sets were misplaced, sold at garage sales, passed down in families, or forgotten altogether. Now, collectors are racing to find the few that still survive, and they're willing to pay serious money to own one. Imagine going through your father's or grandfather's old belongings, cracking open a 1970 proof set, and finding this coin staring back at you, untouched, perfect, shimmering like the day it was minted. What makes it so valuable? Well, experts have found extremely rare characteristics in some of these 1970s proof nickels. Some have doubled dies, where parts of the design appear doubled due to a rare minting error. Others are graded as ultra cameo or proof 70, meaning they're nearly flawless. And in the coin collecting world, flawless equals fortune. These are the coins that go to auction. These are the ones that blow people's minds. Not long ago, collectors witnessed this very coin, a 1970s Jefferson nickel from a proof set, fetch jaw-dropping prices. We're not talking about $100, or even a few hundred. The actual prices people have paid for these coins range from $2,700 all the way to $79,000. Yes, you heard that right. $79,000. For a nickel. Think about that for a second. What would you do with an unexpected windfall like that? A new car? Pay off debt? Invest? Take the vacation of a lifetime? It all starts with one little coin. Just 5 cents, hiding in plain sight. But unless you know what to look for, you'll miss it. You'll throw it away. Sell it for pocket change. And that's exactly what makes this story so thrilling, and so urgent. Because people have done just that. Sold their proof sets at flea markets. Tossed them in coin jars. Gave them away without realizing what they had. Right now, across the United States, collectors are scrambling to find this coin. Coin shops are seeing an uptick in people bringing in old proof sets. Auction houses are preparing listings for rare 1970 nickels that are expected to break records. And regular people, not dealers, not experts, just everyday folks, are walking away with thousands in their pockets after discovering the truth about this unassuming little 5-cent piece. So here's the question you have to ask yourself. Do you have one? Do you know someone who might? Maybe a relative who used to collect coins. Maybe you picked up a proof set years ago and forgot about it. It could be sitting right in front of you, in a folder, a plastic case, or an envelope with that unmistakable 1970 date stamped on it. And if you take the time to look, if you take the time to check, you might just uncover a hidden gem that could change your life. This is not a coin you can afford to ignore. Because if you find the right one, That special 1970s proof nickel, you're not looking at 5 cents anymore. You're looking at a collector's dream. A rare American treasure. And possibly a check for $2,700 or even $79,000. Don't throw away your chance. Check your coins. You never know what kind of history and what kind of money you might be holding in your hands. Top 2. They say lightning doesn't strike twice. But when it comes to old American coins, especially ones buried deep in forgotten drawers or tucked away in proof sets from decades ago, lightning doesn't just strike, it explodes. And today, we're talking about one of the most underestimated coins ever minted by the US Mint, a 5-cent piece from 1973 that might just make you a fortune if you know what to look for. This isn't a myth. This isn't a gimmick. This is a real coin that has left collectors stunned and regular people speechless. The 1973 Jefferson Nickel, the one most people pass off as pocket change, is turning out to be one of the most shocking finds in the world of coin collecting. But here's the twist, it's not just any 1973 nickel. It's the version that came straight out of the US Mint's proof set. That shiny little 5-cent coin that was never meant to be spent. It was never dropped in a vending machine, never jingled in a kid's pocket. It sat perfectly sealed in a collector's proof set. And now, it's being hunted like buried treasure. Across the country, people are pulling out their old mint sets from attics, closets, and storage boxes. And every so often, someone discovers that their proof nickel isn't just a coin, it's a rare variation. A mistake. A perfect grade. A flawless strike. And in this world, perfection means power. In this case, financial power. Because what looks like a regular 5-cent piece could actually be worth more than what most people earn in a year. You think I'm exaggerating? Think again. Collectors and auction houses have started to see extremely rare versions of the 1973 S-proof nickel, the S indicating it was minted in San Francisco, showing up with unbelievable traits. Some are struck from unusual dies. Others show signs of dramatic doubling. And some are just so flawless, so pristine in condition, they've achieved the highest possible grades from professional coin grading services. That's where the magic happens. When the right coin hits the market, clean, crisp, untouched, and rare, it sends shockwaves across the collector world. Now imagine you're holding that coin. Imagine you, yes you, pulling out a proof set from 1973 that your grandfather passed down. Or maybe one you forgot you even bought at a garage sale years ago. You open it up. You look at the nickel. It shines. You check the details, maybe even get it appraised, and suddenly you find yourself sitting on a coin that isn't worth just 5 cents. It's worth the kind of money that changes things. That erases bills. That opens doors. The truth is, most people will never check. Most people will sell their old coins in bulk or throw them into donation jars without a second thought. But a small number of people, the ones paying attention, are finding out that this unassuming coin from a 1973 proof set is actually a secret jackpot waiting to be discovered. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare gems in mint condition, especially with a high grading or a unique error, the kind of money it can bring is nothing short of stunning. One of these coins has been valued at $2,700. And in the right condition, with the right characteristics, this same nickel has reached jaw-dropping values of up to $89,000. Let that sink in for a moment. A 5-cent coin. Not gold, not silver, just a nickel, selling for $89,000. That's not a dream. That's a verified reality. And someone out there already got paid. The next person might be you. So now's the time. Go dig through those proof sets. Look for the 1973 S Jefferson Nickel. Don't assume it's just a coin. Because what you're really holding might be the key to a small fortune. This is real. This is happening. And it's the kind of opportunity you don't want to miss. Because when a simple 5-cent piece can be worth anywhere between $2,700 and $89,000, the only question left to ask is, what are you waiting for? Top 3. In the world of coins, there are secrets. Quiet, hidden secrets that sit untouched for decades. They're in closets, in drawers, in forgotten boxes passed down from grandparents. And most people have no idea what they're really holding. But today, You're about to hear the truth about one coin in particular, a 5-cent piece from 1976. That's becoming one of the most shocking discoveries in modern coin collecting. It's small. It's silver in color. It's ordinary, or at least, that's what most people think. But what if I told you this one little nickel, struck in the year America celebrated its bicentennial, could actually be hiding something extraordinary? This isn't pocket change. This isn't something you drop in a tip jar or feed into a parking meter. This is a special coin, pulled directly from a United States mint-proof set. And if you've got the right one, if you're lucky enough to have it in pristine condition, then you could be holding a coin that's worth more than some brand new luxury cars. Let that sink in. A 5-cent coin from a proof set minted nearly 50 years ago, potentially worth tens of thousands of dollars. People are stunned when they find out. But the collectors, the experts, the ones who've been watching quietly? They knew something was coming. Because 1976 wasn't just any year. It was America's 200th birthday. Patriotism was booming. The mint was pushing out coins in massive numbers. But in the process, something rare happened, a perfect storm of precision minting, limited errors, and flawless strikes that made a few select coins from the 1976 proof sets turn into modern-day treasures. Now here's the key. We're not talking about just any nickel. This isn't something you'll find in regular pocket change. This is the Jefferson nickel from the 1976 S proof set, with the S mint mark showing it was struck in San Francisco. These proof coins were made with higher quality, more detail, and a mirror-like finish that was never meant for circulation. They were designed for collectors, but many were forgotten, stored away, traded off, or sold in bundles without anyone checking for the hidden gold mine sitting inside. And here's the most shocking part. Some of these 1976 S nickels have shown incredibly rare traits, including doubled dies, deep cameo surfaces, and unbelievably sharp details. Others have been graded a perfect 70 by professional grading services, something that happens only to a very small number of coins. And when one of these flawless coins hits the market, the price isn't 5 cents. It isn't $5. It's thousands. Imagine this. You're going through an old box from your parents' attic. You find a 1976 proof set still sealed in the original mint packaging. You open it slowly, just out of curiosity. There it is, the nickel, clean, untouched, glowing under the light. You send it in for grading, and then the call comes in. You've got a gem. A rare one. A nickel so perfect, so desirable to collectors, that it could fetch more money than you've ever imagined from a single coin. It sounds like a dream, but this dream has already come true for a few lucky people. Rare 1976 Jefferson Nickels from proof sets have sold for unbelievable amounts at auctions and private sales. People who thought they just had a simple coin ended up walking away with checks that could pay off homes, start businesses, or change their lives forever. And here's where the urgency comes in. Most people have no clue. These proof sets are being sold at estate sales, at flea markets, online, for a few bucks, because the sellers don't know what they have. And the buyers who do know, they're scooping them up, hunting for that one magical nickel hiding in the mix. So if you have one, if there's even the slightest chance you own a 1976 proof set, especially one still in mint condition, you need to check. Because you might be holding a nickel that's worth way more than its weight in metal. Some of these coins have sold for an impressive $2,700. But that's just the beginning. The rarest, highest graded, most desirable examples have commanded values reaching all the way up to $86,000. Yes. That's right. From 5 cents to $86,000. And the craziest part? It's still happening. Right now. These coins are still out there. Still being found. Still changing lives. So the only question left is, have you checked yours? Top 4. There's something incredible happening right now in the world of coin collecting, and most people don't even know it. It's not about gold bars. It's not about silver dollars. It's about something much smaller, much more unexpected. It's about a simple 5-cent coin, yes, a nickel, minted in the United States in 1978. But not just any 1978 nickel. This one came directly from a U.S. mint-proof set, a coin that was never meant for your pocket, never meant for circulation. It was minted with precision, sealed for collectors, and stored away to shine forever. And now, decades later, this coin is quietly exploding in value. People are opening old proof sets and discovering they've been sitting on a jackpot without even knowing it. Think about this. You could be holding a 5-cent piece that's worth more than your monthly income. Maybe even more than your entire savings account. This isn't hype. This isn't a fairy tale. It's happening, and it's happening to regular people who thought they were just holding an ordinary coin set. The 1978 Jefferson nickel from the San Francisco Mint, look for that small S under Monticello, is turning heads because certain versions of it have become incredibly rare. Coins with deep mirror finishes, strong strikes, rare die varieties, and ultra-high grades are now selling for jaw-dropping amounts of money. And it's all because of condition, rarity, and a little thing called demand. You see, collectors today are obsessed with perfection. A proof coin from 1978 that still has its original shine, that hasn't been touched by bare hands, and that grades a perfect 70? That's like striking oil in your backyard. There are only a few of these coins known to exist in top-tier condition, and the ones that do are commanding prices that nobody saw coming. The craziest part is, these proof sets were once sold by the US Mint for just a few dollars. They were gifts. Collector's items. Many of them are still out there, untouched, in boxes, in closets, in family keepsakes. People are unknowingly sitting on small fortunes. And all it takes to unlock that value is a closer look. Imagine this. You're cleaning out your garage. You find an old envelope from the US Mint labeled 1978. Inside, there it is, a pristine set of coins, including that shiny little 5-cent piece. You send it in for grading, just to see what happens. A few weeks later, you get the call. Your coin is flawless. You've just uncovered a high-grade proof nickel with serious collector demand. And suddenly, that tiny piece of metal becomes a payday you never expected. Some people still don't believe this can happen with a nickel. But the market doesn't lie. Collectors are paying huge premiums for rare and perfect examples of the 1978 S-proof nickel. And every time one hits the auction block in top condition, the bids roll in fast. These coins are being snapped up by investors and serious numismatists because they know just how rare perfect examples are becoming. And once those are gone from the market, the value goes even higher. Scarcity drives the price. And if you have one, or if you know someone with old proof sets stored away, you owe it to yourself to take a second look. Because these aren't just coins anymore. They're assets. They're hidden cash. They're historical pieces of American money that, thanks to condition and rarity, are worth far more than their face value. This isn't something that happens every day. It's a moment in time. A window of opportunity. And if you miss it, someone else will walk away with the reward. That's the truth. Some of these coins have already sold for an astonishing $2,700. And in the right condition, under the right circumstances, a single 1978 proof nickel has reached an incredible value of $77,000. That's right. From 5 cents to $77,000. Now ask yourself, have you checked your proof set lately?